Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome to a traditional best of three Zendikar Rising draft on MTG Arena with your host, Travis Simulan Sowers. If you'd like to watch the drafting action live, you can join us at www.twitchtv.com. No, what is it? Somebody in chat say what it is. I haven't had my coffee yet. I was doing good too. www.twitch.tv/Simulan. That's it. That's it. I clicked go because I was like, obviously it's going to fire with 7 people in it. I'm like, how much time am I going to need to fill? Probably not that much. Okay, here we go. Too sus, too furious. I like it. All right, pack one, pick one, and I'm looking to be green unless someone gives me a reason not to be. It is the YouTube draft, so we could go for the Thought Thief. It wasn't actually that long, John. So the cards I'm looking at here are Thought Thief, Roiling Eruption, and Reclaim the Wastes. I don't think I would take Feed the Swarm over Royal Eruption, so we can kind of dismiss that one. As much as I like the green deck, I feel like going into it that early is a bit stupid. So the question is, do I want to take the Royal Eruption because it's really the only good red card here, and I could easily splash that in a green deck, or do we want to try to take the Rogue because it's a YouTube draft? Yeah, I think that's really the question, and I think the Roiling Eruption just leaves us more open. I'm sorry, YouTube. I know I'm letting you guys and gals down. You come here to see Rogue action, but see, here I don't feel as bad taking that Reclaim the Waste, and this is not something I thought I would have been doing at the beginning of this format. John, what did we rate this card? Did we say we'd never play it? Because I remember being particularly unimpressed when I read it. And now all of a sudden I'm like, gimme, 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 gimme. Money, 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 money. Nom, 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 nom. So the idea with this is we can just take all of the good cards we see from whatever else, not worry about what color they are, and just play all of them. Like there's a Wind Robber. Sure, Rogues could have done a thing. Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving to the Canadians out there. But I could just take this Royal Mage. It's fine. The card next to the Wind Robber was a duel for blue-red, but I don't need those duels. Like, that was one thing that I think we figured out about this format that was kind of interesting, was initially it seemed like you were going to need stuff like those duels to splash, which meant you just couldn't splash. But it's not actually the case. You can splash with green, and you can do whatever you want. Oh, I must have missed what the other one was, Snus. Here I'm thinking about another Reclaim versus the Umara Wizard. I do like having the flexibility of these spell lands in the deck. I'm going to want at least 2 of these, probably 3, but if I'm seeing one 4th pick, I'll probably get a few more. So I'll take the Wizard here, but it wouldn't have been crazy to take the Reclaim. This is an interesting one because we really want to like signal and dunk into green. The Umara Wizard's actually the best card, and it's not super crazy to think we could just flex out and get into blue-red. But I can still take the Gnarlwood Colony. I think if you keep your eyes open for this deck, most people won't go for it, so if you're able to, you're pretty happy about it. This is kind of just throwaway stuff here, isn't it? I'll just take a Brute. It's fine. Yeah, I'm down to keep taking good blue cards too, but I really want to make sure we compare with the green. So the idea is if you can go through the first pack and end up with 2 copies of Reclaim the Wastes, Vastwood Resurgent, or Roiling Regrowth, you can just play whatever the heck you want. And the downside is we may end up with a good blue-red deck anyway, so who cares? Right? Like, I could take this to hedge into Wizards. I'm still going to, like, force the green issue a little bit. We've already got 1 Spland. We might get more. You can find one of these later. I'm kind of considering taking the Blood Beckoning. because this is a slightly different version, I ain't double splashing anything. The kicker splash on this is colorless, and this is colorless. And Blood Beckoning and Royal Mage are best friends forever. But if you ever wondered why the signals seemed really bad in your first few drafts, it's because somebody knew how to do this. If I don't wheel that other Reclaim the Waste, I'm going to have to take one higher, which I would like to not do. All right, sure, we could play ACOG if we have to. But show me a sign. Like a late Reclaim the Waste. It's crazy that I think about first and second picking this now. What y'all doing? Suppose we're not that far from slipping out of green and into red if we see like, is it Umara Mystic? Maybe we see something like a Wizard Amulet and we can talk. Because even there, I might could splash a Blood Beckoning if I wanted to. But I'm still generally going to keep us in, like, cutting green. The other Reclaim didn't wheel, so somebody's on to what we're doing. I probably should have taken the Wildfire there. So Roost of Drakes is interesting. It would mean we kind of need to commit to the blue as being our second color with green. But I certainly don't mind that. And all of the splashes we've already got are kickers, and we're splashing them with kicker cards. So, like, at this point, we're probably not playing a bunch of the stuff we have and hoping we just pick up amazing kicker stuff going forward, which I'm pretty comfortable with. This card's pseudo-busted. So, like, if things go perfectly, we get past, I don't know, some sort of good blue-green kicker card. I can't think of one specifically. And we play that on our 3-drop spot instead of the Stalker. Oh, hey, this one will probably work. And we peel the ACOG. And that leaves the only thing that doesn't have kicker is a land and the kicker enabler. Kick them very hard. It's a familiar card, one we've played before. So I'm interested in one more Reclaim the Wastes, and I'm starting to get very interested in things like Into the Royal and Geezer Mages. So I don't think this will actually be a great example of the 3-color green deck if it continues down this path, and it could easily change. But currently I'm going to use the Reclaim to just splash these two. In some of the more ambitious decks, I've used the Reclaim to splash double-colored cards. The Sproutling would be pretty good here. Afternoon Limestone. Trying to think if there's anything we can wheel here that we'd actually play, and I don't think it's super likely. But that's all right. We'll have to play some filler. Arbor Mage, pretty good. I do want that other copy of Reclaim the Waste, but not over the Arbor Mage. Come on now. Y'all pass me one I can take. Okay, there's a 2-drop we can play. There's also a Spland that's not a bad one, but I don't feel compelled to gobble it up when I'm hurting on 2s. I knew what you meant, Limestone. We're starting off with our YouTube draft today, which is a little unusual. You can play, right? Yeah, that's not a colorless kicker, so I don't think I want to splash for that. So I think we'll take the Pack Beast here, just to make sure we're covered on 2s. It could sort of help fix, but mainly I'm just taking it as an emergency valve for 2-drops. And I do need to be a grown-up and take the next Reclaim the Waste I see, no matter what is in the pack if we're going to play these. But anyway, it looks like we're going to do an Among Us stream around 2 o'clock this afternoon. I could splash that too, but Riptide's usually okay in these decks. At least okay. Ranges from okay to pretty good. I don't know why I haven't seen any Into the Royals. Yeah, people are passing you Roost of Drakes. Time to start playing Roost of Drakes, I guess. Much like these here Royal Mages. I don't know what they're doing, but I'll take them. We're about ready to start playing garbage spells like Deliberate. I don't know why I haven't seen any Into the Royals. I think if I can find one more Reclaim the Ways and two Into the Royals, we're happy. Right, that may legitimately be a better 2-drop than the Pack Beast. Because we're just not doing anything that cares about the tribes. And if I'm using that for mana fixing, something's gone horribly wrong. Okay, we're secure on 2s now. Yeah, I don't mind the squid either. It can get in a couple points of damage early. It blocks. It's fine. The fact that it can't always attack when you want it to, it is a bit of a downside. Even if you're doing something a little bit dirtily, and I would argue that the kicker deck isn't necessarily that. I can probably still run that, dude. You can still have aggressive draws, right? I don't think there's a world where I'm playing the trap, and I might splash this guy if we get a bunch more splans. And this guy really can't be a part of an aggressive draw. Unless you're continuing to hit your land drops. This is an interesting one because I'm kind of interested in the Floral Hedron. I'm kind of interested in the Bubble Snare. The Bubble Snare isn't a removal spell that I can get back, which is not perfect. If you're not hitting your lands, your deck isn't really working, which is fair. But then, like, you kind of would rather have something in this spot to block, which this can still do. This is a tough one. I think the right call is the Bubble Snare, but it's close. It's a removal spell. It's kicker. I'm going to want more than one removal spell, so let's make sure we have it. That isn't exactly what I was thinking we were going to splash, but it is now. It's probably going to be better than a Stomper in the top end. And we were already looking at splashing red and black, so I can make that happen. I do need to be a grown-up and take a Reclaim the Waste, but I'll be a grown-up and take a Reclaim the Waste. All right, we've got Rabid Bite, Arbor Mage, Bright Blade. Our stuff ain't quite big enough for this Rabid Bite to kill a lot, but I think it's still our call here. If we happen to have it on board with this, that's fine, but I need spell-based removal that I can get back with these Royal Mages. If I already had one, I might be talking about the Bright Blade because it would get us a discount on this, which is nice. Yeah, I think we do Limestone. I think with this many mages, I need to make sure this area is stacked. And I do need one more fixer. I'm regretting not taking one earlier because it's beginning to haunt me. Because I don't think I'm going to get one, which is going to make our splash really interesting. I may have to be a grown-up about the splash, and I don't want to be. So if we think of this as a hard 5-drop, I could play this warrior and it's fine. And it does give us another pip for the rare. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. I don't know why this is still here. We could have gone into a Relic Amulet deck, but I'm saved. We can play all the things. We can do all the stuff. We can win the video game. Praise Banan. Praise Banan. Oh, lordy. I just get all of them, huh? Praise Banan. Now, I don't really have enough landfall to value Roiling Regrowth that highly, but it is a less expensive spell. Okay. I can literally splash everything now. Don't super have a reason to want another wizard here. I don't know that this dude is that great on its own. Don't think I want to deliberate. I'm still going to grab this. Like, it's playable, but unexciting. There we go. Okay. Everything was fine the whole time. We were good. We were good. And I've got enough card draw here that I don't really need any of this either. I'd really like to have 3 pieces of fixing, but if I can only get 2, you can still probably make it work. That was the last possible spot we could see an Into the Royal, and we got it, yes. So I'd say that worked out pretty well. And I am not unhappy with this. I didn't get as many plans as I'd like, but we'll deal. So I kind of need one more creature for this deck, and we're good to go. I don't really need more than one black and red source, because I've got so many ways to get them. And the idea is that we'll be casting as much of this as possible at the high end rather than the low end. So we're kind of looking to skip 4 drops entirely. And like, we're going to cast this here, etc., etc. This is going to be top end. So like, play the early game, ramp up, cast these things, win the game with them. Good morning, Sim Sister. So I need one more thing to facilitate that. And I kind of don't hate the Stalker. It gives us a mana sink, which is nice. It doesn't block particularly well. It does do some shenanigans here, which I like. I'm not too worried about the mill. Like, if we face a mill deck, we can change that. Like, there's no guarantee that they won't mill the card we needed to play instead anyway. I don't worry too much about Schrodinger's card when I'm up against a mill deck. Because you don't know what cards they're going to mill in what order. But I've got room for one more card for sure. It feels weird to me to be playing a defensive card that's a mana sink when I just don't have enough party mechanics to really take advantage of that. I think that means it's the wizard. Because, like, I could get some loots off of this conceivably pretty consistently. And with 2 Reclaim the Waste, I'm likely to have extra lands. I think I like the wizard here now that I look at the curve. I wasn't sure I wanted it initially, but then I did. So we'll take 1 mountain, 1 swamp. It kind of has to be the swamp with the weird hand on it. I need to make sure I have at least 8 green, preferably 9. That would leave me room for 6 blue. Yeah, there's really no way I could find green and then not have access to double blue. There's too many search cards in the deck for that to mess up. Your cat is camped on the laptop watching the stream again. I'm glad your cat likes the stream. Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Good morning, Joey. We are doing good. We are starting out with the YouTube draft today because I'm doing some Among Us this afternoon. We got enough people for this. Because if I fire up, yeah, well, we have to, because it's 4 minutes. If we don't have enough people for it, we'll lose it and try again while I'm getting that going. It's being organized by Peasant Kenobi, and I know that Jamie will be there. That's all I know for sure. Yeah, everybody's getting in on Stream Raiders. It's cool. Brr. I don't know who else they've got invited. What's up, Loki? Doing good. How you doing? We had a rogue skin come out too. That was the next one we unlocked. So those are available as well. I think I'll chat some more about the skins once we're done with YouTube drafting. Johnny with the kills, David with the assists, gold for all of y'all, scrolls for Rex and Nexus, and I don't even know why I was worried. Obviously, we had that. Obviously. All right, now we just murder Nate. The haunted houses. Seems appropriate for this time of year. And let's see if my slightly less greedy splash kicker 4-color deck does the thing. Did not think this was what this format was going to be about, but it does remind me somewhat of playing Hour of Devastation, which, as you all know, I liked quite a bit. This is the scurry part, is what happens when stuff like that shows up. So the grown-up thing to do here is to play this Reclaim the Waste, go ahead and get a Royal Eruption and kill something with it. And then hopefully cast this to get back the Reclaim the Waste or the Royal Eruption, because they're going to start pecking away at us here. All right, this is fine. I really would have liked one more turn. One more turn would have been swell. But I'm not going to get one. All right, with the beckoning, that means we're going to need to double block this. I can kick this guy next turn, so you're going to have to just get out here and be terminated for one round. Hold. I think now, instead of getting back the Reclaim the Waste, which I wanted to do, I have to get the Royal Eruption, blow this up, and double block the Felidar, and then cross my fingers. So that black mana would be pretty nice, huh? Oh, gods don't have anything. At least the lightning bolt of the set is not instant speed. If that trade works, we get to keep playing a little bit. Because I can block here, burn this, and we still got problems. But there's potential solutions. Happy Thanksgiving, AF. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Thanksgiving in Canada. Alrighty. I'm in danger. Okay, that thing's pretty good. I believe they got us here. Good morning, Tommy. I believe they got us here. Leyline Tyrant is a beast, and I'm not beating it. We're in very bigly danger. Very bigly danger. So how do we beat a Leyline Tyrant? Drawing our 2-drops so that we can block with them instead of going into panic mode would be nice. I kind of want to have access to a Zendikar or a Stomper. I believe I would cut out the squid normally, but I don't think I can here. I do want to find room for this Zendikar, though. Bubble Tea is just an excellent solution to the Tyrant, so I think we have to keep that. The Wizard doesn't do much if I'm looking to block on the ground, which I am. Yeah, it doesn't trade for any of that. We are starting off with the YouTube draft today, yes. And no, we don't want to trim the black splash. Our way to beat them is power. I don't have anything planned this Thursday, AF, but I will be looking to talk to people about that in the future. I was going to try to put together an Among Us thing later this week, and then one got put together kind of for me this afternoon. So I was like, okay, we'll do that. We don't have any black removal spells, Destiny. So no, we don't need a second black for anything.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jess. Thank you for the Franker Z bet. Doggo bits, best bets. It's the Morbid Plunder card. Yes, we're going to be streaming Among Us this afternoon. I think I'm ready to just bounce this for value. Because if I hit another land, we've got a relatively aggressive start. Alrighty. So about my relatively aggressive start, that ain't what's happening. I think just splitting this into 1/1s is the way to go here and just stop and go on the defensive. Because like I can handle the flyer given the fullness of time. Wonder and Death may be a better way to categorize it. That's pretty good. I'd say that's real good. What are they doing with all these good cards? I've got so much value. Do you not respect my value? I guess now I need Into the Royal. Because it's the same thing as a Royal Eruption if I'm targeting a token or trying to bounce this for some reason. Which I think it will be. Good Rares Day does mess me up a bit. The idea with this deck is we're supposed to open good rares, but we kind of didn't. That Felidar Retreat, Myriad Construct, Wombo combo, kind of impressive. I got Royal Mages for days, yo. They ain't helping me a whole lot. Right now, I just need a decent blocker, so I think we take that. I could Bubble Snare this, but the idea is this is supposed to be able to block it. I'm not sure why not attack with the team. I guess they're scared because of their life total. That's a better target for the Bubble Snare. Because if it never dies, it can never kill me. I will never die. Leyline Tyrant, probably. I don't think I have enough mana to survive this. Like, they haven't made the first body with this. I guess they haven't needed to. Because if we're going to kick Bubble Tea, that's going to tap me out. And then I'm just dead to a lot of stuff. So kicking Bubble Tea can't really be my answer here. Playing another one of these doesn't do anything because just another land gets me. I think I'm already dead. I think we have a dead man walking scenario going on here. All right, if that's the case, we need to draw more cards. So let's go draw some more cards and kill a 4/4. So perhaps the actual trick is to bubble tea it. No, they're just going to sit and bank on it. So if they whiff on a land, I could double block one of these. Oh, this is so tough. A combo of theirs if you don't mind, Loki. But yeah, it's a good combo. It's a good combo. A 4/4 that dies into 4/4s? I don't know how I'm beating that. We thought 2 L's in a centaur suit was good. That's better. Significantly better. Yeah, they're never going to tap it. My thing is, if they miss a land drop and swing team here, I could trade both of these for this. I could then bubble tea this. We could get back into the royal for that. Like, we start having options. But now we don't, we're dead. So I was trying to draw up a scenario where I was like, how could we survive this? And then there just isn't one. I know it's a hard... do you happen to be Scandinavian, Loki? I've heard some of the Scandinavian languages, and I know Finnish, but which isn't Scandinavian. But I've heard some languages do not have gendered pronouns, and that it can be more difficult for them to get on board with that habit, which was a bizarre concept for me at first. Yeah, this was a very tiny out, but it's what we had. You American? Okay. Well, get in a good habit, man. You can do it. Yeah, we wrecked. We riggedy wrecked. But it was a habit I was in too, like 20 years ago. Turns out you can teach an old dog new tricks. It seems to be extra difficult for native English speakers. That's because we're terrible. I mean, I'd barely categorize what I speak as English, eh? That's why I would argue that y'all is such a handy word. And if there may not be much worth exporting from Southern culture, but y'all is certainly one of them. It is an excellent non-gendered way to address a group of people. This hand has some potential. Yeah, the barbecue's pretty dang good too, Limestone. Only if we're talking about North Carolina barbecue, because the rest of it's, I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, our food's delicious. And I know that there's people who have that perspective, Tommy, but there's not many people in the States that have that perspective anymore, I don't think. Yins just seems weird to me, but I mean, it is the Yankee y'all, which is fine. Y'all do what you need to do. All right, the plan wasn't to run out all of this stuff and trade it off early, but we still can. We've got a lot of graveyard recursion in this stack. I think Yens is specifically Pennsylvania. In fact, I know it is because I had to look it up. Jamie invited us. Jamie, who I know is from Pennsylvania, invited us, me and a group of other streamers, to play Among Us yesterday, which we streamed and some of y'all saw. And she addressed the group of us as Yens, and I was like, "What the heck is Yens?" So I went and looked it up. So this was the turn where I really wanted to draw the thing that does the stuff, and I didn't. Reclaim the Waste, if you were playing along at home, was the card we wanted to draw there. It would have been swell. Play what you want, for the splashing is free. You are a streamer. Yuns. All right. This is my spot to get a double spell in, but I am not aggressive enough to kill them because of the double spell. We're still going to take it. If we both continue to miss land drops, this will probably favor us. If we don't, I suspect it favors them unless I can hit a Reclaim the Waste right now. This is probably the worst draw, right? Because I can't kick it. Stop. I mean, I'm all right with y'all caught like regional differences in languages are fine. Like it is what it is. Blue mana in current year, I still can't really do anything with it, can I? I can make sure that if I draw another land of any kind, the Drake Factory is going. So that's what we'll do. So any land off the top, any kicker spell off the top, we're happy about. I got a bad feeling about this though. That is a whole lot of Baloth. The challenge here is I can get back my Rabid Bite, but I don't really have anything to bite with. Well, now I got something that's worth biting, so we got that going for us. That's two swarms though, so this is game over too. I suppose not. If every YouTube draft is at least a 2-1 or better, people gonna be like, "How's Travis this good?" And maybe it's important to let people know that it's okay not to win every game you play. We do not have a Cinderclasm in board. We do have Rabid Bite this one and draw an Into the Royal, while we continue to take bazillions of damage from the Baloth. And if they've got anything here, we're just dead. I can't beat anything here, so I'm not playing around it. But I think I'd need to basically draw Into the Royal. That I don't think is good enough. If I kick it and get back the nectar pot, I've at least, well, I would get the 2/2 in that case. Because this at least gives me enough toughness to block this. I just don't know how we're ever dealing with the swarm. The answer is probably that we're not. We did not beat the red-white player. They had a really, really good combo of the thing that dies into tokens and Felidar Retreat. Good morning, Orcish. This is Shatter Skull Smashing too, isn't it? Yeah. They're going to kill me, but I have so much value. Look at all my value. The Felidar Retreat without the 4/1/1s would not have been as scary. They're going to make more tokens than me and overwhelm me. Because I guess the Arbor Mage is really my one way to start clearing them out. But it's still not going to get enough of them. So they missed 2 land drops. And we start to have something, but they have not missed 2 land drops. The question is, how long can I do those loops, Kenny? Because I'm sure going to try. Yeah, there you go. I'm sure you have the life and time for such things. I would say so. It doesn't matter which ones die at this point. We still have exponential growth problems. As you can see. I had so much value in my deck. If we Rabid Bite 1, they can't kill us with them next turn, and they'd probably be throwing away too many to just give it up. I just can't really pressure them either is the problem. Yeah, I still can't attack. I can't beat land or spell. This is terrible. That's too many bugs, man. That's too much, man. They should be attacking with them now. Like, I'm super dead. Come on, do it now. It's bugging me a little bit. That's what makes it a bomb, Keith. We talk about in Brave drafting what makes a card a bomb. And a card that you can't interact with that will kill you by itself is a bomb. I still take the time to block because I'm a man of culture. But that's a good card. Some formats that are overly consistent require bombs like that at rare. So, like, there's a lot of things happening in this format that remind me of Hour of Devastation. A great deal of them, in fact. Goblins and Androids, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for goblins and androids. I think I want to have ACOG. That's not going to work because they're not going to play it until they've got 3 mana up for it. So that doesn't actually beat this. Drawing the blue mana faster gives us a chance. We were mana screwed. I loved it too. I think this is closer to our draft than you think. That is what I'm beginning to postulate now. Like, Hour of Devastation had some ridiculous bombs, but it was pretty consistent, which it kind of needed them to. Well, it kind of does, Jess, but it also kind of doesn't, because it's like, what do I get to splash in my green deck today, which can still be exciting. For me, at least. Like, that's mostly what I did in Hour of Devastation, and I was pretty happy. Yeah, Battle for Zendikar, not really my jam. And then what was the other one? Oath of the Gatewatch, where you just drafted black-white all the time? I don't think the tribal decks get stronger. I think this is a type of deck you have to know about and look for, and that most people won't be doing that. But you are correct in that draft will self-correct itself to an extent. Pretty aggressive start for us here with the 1-3. I don't really know how they would be prepared to compete with that. I'm also not sure why they're running the Wind Robber, but the people in the know are drafting green. Dang it, Bobby. I'd really like them not to continue to mill blue sources, but our deck had us covered. Hey, I thought this card was banned. That's not fair. How are they playing a banned card against me? I'm I'm going to file for reimbursement. So this just gains life on landfall. I mean, it's not terrible, but I've had a natural 3-color draw and would have had an even better natural 3-color draw if they weren't using this to get me. But the thing you got to remember about milling your opponent or milling yourself is you don't know what the top card is. I refer to it as Schrodinger's card from the Schrodinger's cat experiment. We don't know what this card is until we draw it or it's milled. So worrying about what happens with it kind of doesn't matter. Because it's not information that we actually have. So them milling a black source here, although it would be bad for us, isn't something that we can really plan around. Omnath into Scale the Heights, huh? You are a monster, my friend. Dang it. That is not what I wanted to draw there. The plan was we were going to hit another island and it would be glorious. I think their version of green splashing everything might be a little better than mine, but that's wonderful, right? Because either way, I'm a winner. The deck works. As far as the bans, I don't have a huge opinion. I haven't played Standard in a couple years, so I don't know how oppressive this card was. Apparently, a lot. I just poured a tiny bit of soda into my lap. You can be very bold with the green splashes. And I think, in fact, should be very bold with the green splashes. We've been pretty unfortunate not to draw our fixers consistently. We needed to reclaim the waste pretty consistently in this deck and just aren't finding it. Have I got enough to kick this? It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we do. Om nom 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 nath. I do think it's cool that they brought Omnath back. It's just kind of like somebody was excited about ramp for Standard, I guess. Which is a fine thing to be excited about. Just let some of the other strategies have some fun, I say. Maybe something like good old-fashioned Modern Jund will appear, and I'll play Standard again one day. I have not seen any tweets about Omnath. I usually just scroll past stuff that's about Standard. So I may have seen them, but I didn't read them. I don't normally show my opponent's name on screen, but I actually can't, can I? Yeah, I can. I know how to do it. In this case, when they single, they pringle, they ready to mingle. I suppose we kind of have to. What? Ouch. Not quite dead yet. We've got him down to 32 life. I can sort of see a way out through here. All right, so what's his tweet? Sure, you killed my guy. Okay, that's a pretty good tweet. That's a pretty good tweet. We'll start whittling them down. Just a few more points to go. Yeah, I was going to do that too. Well, at the beginning of your end step, if you have at least 15 more life than your starting life total. So they're awfully bloody close to that. And if they connect one time, they will have it. And if I had drawn my swamp, either copy of my Reclaim the Waste or my Roiling Regrowth, we were good to go. But I didn't, and now we're dead. I don't know what to do with this. We got a couple turns. If you have at least 15 more life than your starting life total. So you understand they attack with this, I block, and then they win. So I can chump this for a little bit, is what you're saying. To player. Okay, okay. So I can chump this and try to draw a black source. That is currently our thing. I misread the card too. It does not have lifelink. It only has lifelink if it hits me. If they gain one life, they kill me. If it never attacks, that's not really a problem though. No, it's whenever a creature you control deals damage. So we're still going to have to kill it with the Rabid Bite, but I don't have to kill it right now. Yep. So I'm still going to have to kill it, but now I don't have to chump it until I kill it. This is my first time playing with or against this card, so I'm having to kind of learn it on the fly. But if basically all of their creatures kill me now. Is what I'm learning. If you have at least no. Oh, it does require that it attack. Okay, okay, you're right. You're right. The angel has to attack me, so it's answered. Whew. Are you suggesting that we should be reading cards in 2020? I still think we try to just hold here for a minute. It is a very weird card because I was like, okay, this is mostly a 4/6 life linker, but it's that and a lot more. No, the creatures can no longer deal damage to me. And I also can't deal combat damage. So whenever a creature you control deals damage to a player, you and that player gain that much life. Okay, so I can still damage them, but they can't damage me. Good God. Yeah, so we can actually start attacking here because we don't really care about blocking. Worth noting the Angel's first strike damage. Yeah, but it's not dealing damage in this case. This is indeed a weird game state. Andy, thank you for the 56 months.
That's like 6 babies and knocked out yet again.
Y'all spam some cats for Andy. Thank you. This can't hurt me. I don't care about it. It literally can't hurt me. Oh, okay. So I have to be careful about that specifically. But we can just go on a value train for a while, right? I had a lot of fun playing Among Us. I'm holding a flyer back. They have some good rares, is all I'm saying. We've already resolved that being cast upon us. Yeah, this is the same player. Missed. Thank you for the resub. I sure did. Maybe they did too. I don't know. So it's a lot less scary with Into the Royal in hand, but I want to get the Blood Beckoning and then use that to get 2 creatures. One of which is the Royal Mage. I don't really need a squid, so I guess a Nectar Pot makes sense. So I technically played that wrong. I could have gained another life, but... So they don't have anything that can kill this. All of these still trade. I don't see a compelling need to get rid of anything now. Yeah, we'll get back this and kick the Royal Eruption. Like, I think we've got this one locked down. They could double block it and deal 3 damage to it, and it has 4 toughness. I think we'd be okay with that. Let's do our battle, because I don't think I can change much about this deck. I may end up wanting the ACOG. Now that I think about it a little more. We are burning down the house. The red-black rare, I don't remember the name of it, but it gives your creatures death touch. Sim Wife with the kills. Grumpy Ajani with the assist. Extra gold for Fort and Rex. Scrolls for Brian, David, and Limestone. There we go. We got to the blue chest. Huzzah. This one's going to be difficult, so I'll be a tank. We're going to need some ranged peoples, but I'll let y'all figure that out. I think I kind of do want ACOG. Because they've got a couple rares I need to be able to deal with. I don't think I need a Dauntless Survivor. ACOG's better than I thought it was going to be. I was initially convinced it was going to be like 23rd card levels of badness, but it's actually been pretty fair for me. I think somebody was telling me MJ described it as good on turns 2 through 4, bad on 6 through 8, and then pretty good after 10. Like, yeah, that sounds reasonable. So I've been playing it a lot more than I thought I would. I mean, obviously it's better with rogues, but I thought it might only be playable there, and it's not. This hand gets pretty good if we draw one of our 3 color fixtures, and is pretty bad if we don't. So I'm going to hope that we do. All right, in that case, we're just going to have a pot off. No, they play Omnath, and I cry. That's not Omnath. I think we want blue and red first. Disruption, right? Okay. I think it's okay for me to bite a bird. Because I'd still really rather get back the Reclaim the Waste, but if I need to, I can get something else. That's not enough. I have to kick it. I'm bad at magic. This is my plan all along. This isn't enough damage to actually kill it. So what can I do to potentially kill that thing? I mean, we've got chump blocking forever, which is an option. It's just not a good option. I can kick this and kill that, which does give me a chump blocker, and then potentially get it back. This begins to buy the time. Yeah, chump it till we get bubble tea. Chump it till we get bubble tea may be the way to go. Because I got plenty of time. I do have a Death Toucher. It is not in play currently. I could also basically race it currently. They can't even really attack with it yet. So I don't even need to chump it yet. I really need to find me a Death Toucher. I I feel like I want to reclaim the waste more because that gets me 2 land drops and another 2/2 flyer next turn. Like it's a divination, and we're gonna blood beckoning this back eventually. Okay, so this is a little bit of a problem in that it starts gaining them life. So I need to find a way to threaten this. Because once they hit 35 and attack with this, they win. But I can give them a clock next turn with the Arbor Mage if I wanna. This is game 3. Get Royal back. Kick Arbor Mage would have been a line. Possibly. But like we can still answer this. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Do you have a way to gain 1 life right now? Because you're not using that to get me. Yeah, that's a possibility too, old man. I didn't think of that one. Well, I didn't know it was as much of a threat initially because it wasn't that big a deal until they hit the Omnath. It wasn't a big deal until it was. What's up, Campbell? We're doing our YouTube draft. That's why we're quiet and serious. Don't really mind if they kill that. And these are just keeping pace with my birds currently. Well, they're not losing 6 because this can block flyers. I'm kind of signaling that I have a blood beckoning in hand, but I'm okay with that. Because now I can beckon that back and the colony, get more birds, things start happening. I'm still kind of baffled that they still want to push this, but I'll take it. Neat. That thing snared is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Just kill the snare caster next turn and then bring the beats. What's up, Journeyman? What would you like to bounce? Okay, that's a good one to bounce. I will be bouncing your guy too. We should have, yeah, 12 currently. Easy peasy, no problem. We can eventually. We just don't need it right now. Oh, that's lovely to have in my graveyard. Thanks. See you later. See you later. All right, my apologies, YouTube. I do need to take a bathroom break before we play round 3. I didn't think we were going to get round 3, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's set up the stream raiders, let y'all get your units placed. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Thank y'all for tuning in. Chat, y'all keep them entertained.
Semchair keeping YouTube entertained. Semchair, you are not the father. Smash that subscriber button. Follow Sam or else. Welcome back to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Thank you for the chair bits. My apologies, YouTube and Twitch, for the break. But I didn't think someone using the bathroom on themselves is really the content that you wanted. Siphoned, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Siphoned. Thank you, my friend. And let's see if we can get a 2-1 out of this before we head off to Among Us land. You can make good cash from that content. I don't know that's what I want to do. We will be doing stream raiders during the Among Us stuff today, for those who are interested in stream raiding. Which is basically everybody, I presume, because, like, stream raiding's amazing. The streams are not going to raid themselves, is what I'm getting at. What do you call chair bets? Charity. I see what you did there. Fear my squid. Fear it. Squid gonna get you. Are you ready to have your mind blown? Hiya! So do we want double blue here just in case? Well, yeah, I've got an End of the Royal in hand. I should probably be a grown-up and get the double blue. Because I wouldn't need the black for a while anyway. The split with stream raiders is advantageous. Yes, it is a great way to support the stream if that's something you want to do. They're only cosmetic effects. They don't do anything for you. But if you're looking to support the stream and you're like, how can I do that? Yeah, that's a great way to do that. Still got our Gruul Jazz Elemental. with some jazz branches. Pretty happy with this wizard, yo. Less happy with this. But we'll survive. I needed that. I'm thinking if we can hit one land, we're back into good stuff. So Sabi, thank you for buying the archer skin. Y'all spam some cats for Sosabi. Thank you for supporting the stream, my friend. Value train? Value train soon. We can see it from here. It's going to be fine. So what do we want to get back first to begin the value? Into the royal, potentially? That was you? That was you. Yargle. Thank you very much. I'm bad at reading chat. You'd think it was my job or something. I'm going to have some trouble with Nissa. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate it. Now you can raid in style. Nissa doesn't have an ultimate, right? She just hits me for 3 a turn. Which is a problem. But a problem we could answer with a land. Oh, yeah, she gets stuff back from the graveyard. That is a slight issue. I'm kind of bad at reading chat. Like, they're supposed to be adding something where they can make it larger and I can read it with my old eyes, but they haven't yet, and I can't yet. I don't really want to loot here because I'm just looking for land. I guess it could conceivably get me closer to a land, but if I hit the land, I'm not going to discard the Royal Mage. So nothing here. Hey, what's up, Jamie? They've made it with an extension. But yeah, I'm kind of bad at reading because I've also repositioned things. Like my microphone's right in front of my face now, so I can't have chat exactly where I used to, which makes it a little more difficult to see the words and the stuff. I'd call it a work in progress, personally. I don't think I'm killing Nissa. I think we're just going to lose here. But I'll see what we can do. Vertical third monitor with big font size is an option. That would require money and space and time. But it certainly is an option. Man, we've just been facing some real mythics today. I think we can decide that Jamie may be an honorary member of Pig Club. What do you think, chat? Just another mythic Monday. Okay, so this was indeed part of the plan at one point. And what was I going to do with it? I was going to end the royal something, make more burbs. Yeah, I think Jamie can be a member of Pig Club. This is a great honor as we are very famous pigs. Have you ever played Super Animal Royale, Jamie, by any chance? That is where Simwife and I discovered we were pigs at heart. Fair, it could be a crappy monitor. Why are they killing that? I guess their plan is to try to kill me? I mean, it's not a bad plan. This puts me at 8. I bounce this. I can bounce whatever they put the counter on. Well, this is non-land. I can't actually go to 8. I have to trade for the land here. This may very well still leave me dead. Yeah, it does. Frack. I don't want to be dead. I don't want to be dead. I need to hit that land sooner and we could have kept up with her. I like that the planeswalkers seem at a power level where you can compete with them, even though they're still quite good. Because it's felt like some of the planeswalkers in the past there was nothing you can do about. I don't have any changes to make here. Stop playing against Mythics. We beat the last ones. But it's interesting that initially people were kind of poo-pooing on green for Zendikar Rising, and now all of the decks we're facing are green. I think the secret's out. Green's where it's at, yo. But if we draw that land one turn sooner, we would have been kicking the end of the Royal instead of playing out the Mage, which means we'd have had the blockers. We could have countered the 3/3 that turned into a 5/5 and then poked Nissa for 2 and been fine. I didn't play Theros. I skipped that one. All right, this needs a land. I can get behind that. Can I sacrifice this? I can. That's pretty handy. Unfortunately, I'm in a bit of a pickle here. Do not care for this. Getting this into the bin means I could potentially get it back later. Yeah, this is not the start I was looking for. There's a good card and you played against it every time. Yeah, we do need to hit him though, relatively quickly. I'd much rather bubble tea the Baloth. So this is a pretty safe double block for me. Like I think this was always the squid's destiny. I mean, still sort of gaming. I don't like bubble teeing this here, but we're going to take 6 damage from it. It is what it is. With any luck, I can still get some value out of the Royal Mage on a double block later. I don't think I want to throw it away to prevent 6. I think I want to throw it away to prevent 6. Or are they just going to use this to block? They might. They're not. So I think we may be coming to the end of our YouTube draft, which is fine. I need a minute to get some lunch going before we go join Jamie and a few other friends for some Among Us. But I would not say this particular game is going very well. Okay. They're mocking me, which I don't care for. I can't really anticipate this doing anything else than trading for a 3-2 or whatever. I mean, calamari's kind of delicious, right? I presume you've had it. It looks like I am now connected to the Discord for this afternoon. This is good. I don't need to be in the talky part yet, though. All right, Nissa. I got your number. Hey, there's another one. General Snus, thank you for purchasing the monk skin. Much appreciated. Y'all spam some cats for General Snus. And Jess. Jess deserves more spam. I still think we mostly dead here, but we got to do what we can. I ain't gonna cower before the elements. I ain't afraid of no elements. So Sebi, thank you for the bits, my friend. More cat spam is in order. I cook spam all the time here, Jess. With King's Hawaiian bread. Maybe some spam rice and eggs. But I mean, that's where I picked it up. Yeah, when Americans are allowed to travel. Maybe next year if we can vote against Cheetos. The slow play is bugging me a little bit here because, like, we're doing the YouTube draft. I need to have some lunch. We've got a co-stream coming up in 15 minutes. Like, show me what you got, or don't. But, like, yeah, spam rice and eggs is good. Can confirm. If I leave one back, I could Arbor Mage here and threaten to block their land. But trading off for their lands isn't particularly great. I think I need to continue to threaten her into the Royal and then untap with this and maybe be safe. Because this means I'm definitely going to kill Nissa. Do I eat vegetables? Sure, I eat vegetables. I like peppers and onions a lot. We do one pot pasta frequently without meat, and it's just noodles, onions, peppers, a little bit of oil, a little bit of pepper. Do onions count as vegetables? What else would they be? They're not rocks or meat. Everything's a sandwich. Literally everything's a sandwich. Does corn dog have kicker? Obviously. Our plan still has to be to try to take this out. Rocks, meat, vegetables. Those are the food groups. Are salads a sandwich? Obviously. They're the toppings from a sandwich deconstructed. Everything's a sandwich. We've discussed this. Salads are leaf soup. That's pretty good, man. I'm not straight up dead to a removal spell here, but it's scurry. Wallet Inspector has figured this out. I think we block this one because if they have a combat trick to 2-for-1 us here, it was going to kill us anyway. All right, it took our entire hand, but Nissa down. Is it a meat, rock, or vegetable? Yes. I mean, we're obviously winning now, Brian. Subway bread is cake. This was determined by Ireland. Irish people know what's up. All right, if they haven't killed me in the next 5 minutes, we're going to have to cancel the draft and just scoop them up. I was like, surely 2 hours will be enough time to do a draft and make it to the Among Us stream. But if it isn't, I'll know what to tell you. So please kill me quickly, because I'm obviously not going to have time to play through another round of this. So can you just make this quick? Probably not. This sucks. I'm going to have to win here. I don't think if I scoop at the end, I'm not going to post it to YouTube. I don't think that's particularly interesting content. I should play one of these. Match 2 was good. Well, they drafted green black Nissa as their win condition, but like it kind of feels like we've got the replays up. Like people will still be able to see the match. I just feel kind of bad. But they're playing so slow it may get them a victory. Like they've used so much more of the clock than me. which is not a problem. Like, use your clock however you want to. It's my fault for thinking 2 hours would be enough time to record a draft. It is at 15 minutes, and I have 4 minutes before I need to be in a Discord. Okay, good. That might kill me. Come on now, kill me. You can do it. I believe in you. Get me with a combat trick or something. Maybe they're double queuing. Big decisions about ordering blockers. I agree. The plays! Okay, they may be able to get me here. It's weird to be rooting for the opponent, but I am. Come on now, you can do this. You can do this. I believe in you. Yeah, swing with the flyer now. I can't deal with it. Those are good attacks. Those are really good attacks. Because now I have to double block this and you can get me. Oh, please have Might of Marasa. Or just another Vanquish the Wake. You can do this, Showtime. I believe in you. Oh, they're so good. Brig me. Brig me. Hallelujah. Oh, we did it. We did it. I do believe the second game was so good that that's like worth posting and pursuing. YouTube, thank you for tuning in. If you would like to watch me play under dire time constraints live, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Simulon. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube. We're going to get ready to switch over to play Among Us with Kenobi, Jamie, and new friends. It'll be great. We got what we wanted. Yay! I'm the real winner. Do we have an editor? I'm not that big a deal yet, but soon. Soon. Bye, YouTube. Thank you for watching.